Sziasztok! Welcome to my language teaching channel. I'm Angie and this is Speak Hungarian with Angie. You will find here both grammar and storytelling videos. This video is a brief summary of the main features of the Hungarian language. If you are new to this language, it gives you an idea of what to expect. This language probably differs very much from what you have learned before. It follows a different logic. If you like playing with Lego, then probably you'll like Hungarian language. Lots of little elements, tendencies, rules should match in order to make the whole system work. So let's take a peek into it. Reading. Let me start with some good news. Reading is easy. Once you know the alphabet, you can read more or less everything. And we have a Latin-based alphabet. Unlike English, for example, the Hungarian pronunciation is very phonetic. 95% of the times you can figure out the correct pronunciation from the written form. Word stress. Stressing words is not hard either. The stress is always on the first syllable. That's the only rule. It never moves like in other languages. For example, auto, citrom, uborka, paprika. So it's always on the first syllable. Pronunciation. Hungarian articulation is open. That means we open our mouth, and most of the time we pronounce each sound. Not always, but most of the time. Vocabulary. Believe it or not, Hungarian is not an isolated language. We have a lot of international words like bank, telephone, laptop, jeep, manager, film, costume, logika, and so on. This helps you to figure out the meaning, though we usually change the spelling of these words to follow the Hungarian rules. Genders. Another great news! We have no grammatical genders. We don't have he or she. We express both of them by the word ő. Only the context helps you to figure out if it is a he or she. Also, the definite articles a or az don't express genders. So you'll never have to think about such thing as is this word a male or a female. Woohoo! Suffixes. Hungarian is an agglutinative language. It means that words get suffixes. For example, elephant means elephant. Elephantom means my elephant. This suffix means my. Elephantommal means with my elephant. Suffix means my, and mal suffix means with. We can easily put 2, 3, or even more suffixes on a word, so we can make them very long if we want to. Almost any type of words can get suffixes. Not just verbs and nouns, like in many languages, but also adjectives, even numbers, or the words this and that, they can also get suffixes. What is a bit tricky is that suffixes that start with a consonant usually get an extra vowel, a so-called connecting vowel. For example, The suffix m means my. But when this m is attached to a word ending with a consonant, like elephant, you can see it ends with a T, that's a consonant. In this case, we put a connecting vowel between the T and the M, and it becomes elephantum. This O is a connecting vowel. This connecting vowel can be can be can be m, or depending on the vowel harmony. That's another interesting feature of this beautiful language. Tenses. Another good news. We use only two tenses, present and past. That's it. No present perfect, no past perfect continuous, or anything like this. It's easy. We do have a future tense as well, but we use it actually quite rarely. When we talk about the future, many times we just give the time, for example, next week. Next week I go to the train station, and we keep using the present tense. Word order. Okay, that's not easy, I must admit. The Hungarian word order is pretty flexible. There is no first, second, and third positions, so many word order is correct. But that doesn't mean that you are free to put anything anywhere. The most important rule is about emphasis. The emphasized information is always placed before the verb. The place before the verb is called the focus position. For example, Anna Budapesten él, nem Berlinben. Anna lives in Budapest, not in Berlin. Here I emphasized Budapesten because I placed it before the verb. Anna él Budapesten, nem Éva. Anna lives in Budapest, not Eva. Here I emphasized Anna by placing it before the verb. So the rule is focus plus verb. Apart from this rule, we have tendencies, typical but not compulsory word orders. Double conjugation. Probably the most unusual thing about this language is the double conjugation, or in other words, the two types of verb endings. Verbs can get definite or indefinite suffixes. For example, látok egy házat, I see a house. Látok is the indefinite version of I see because what I see is a house out of the many. It's indefinite. On the other hand, we will use definite conjugation when I see the house, a specific house. Látom a házat. Látom is the definite version of I see. So we express this definite indefinite not just on the direct object, a house, the house, but also on the verb, I see. Látok, látom. The rule is, in a nutshell, that we use definite verb conjugation, látom, only with definite direct object. For example, I see the house, or I see this house, or I see that house, or I see my house. These are all definite direct objects. And we use indefinite conjugation, látok, in every other case. When the direct object is indefinite, for example, I see a house or I see some houses, or when there is no direct object at all in the sentence. For example, I live near this house, or I walk around the house, or I talk with Peter. Possessive structure. If you want to say in Hungarian, I have something, you'll be a bit surprised. Most languages express this by a verb, have, haben, habeo, tener, and so on. We have no such thing. Hungarians don't say, I have a car. Instead, we say something like this: there is a car, my. Van egy autóm. There is a car, your. Van egy autód. There is a car, his or her. Van egy autója. So we say that something exists, and that is mine or your or his or ours. How do we know who is the possessor? By the possessive suffix on the noun. Autóm, this means my car. But van egy autóm, this means I have a car. So M stands for I in this structure. Autód means your car. But the structure together, van egy autód, means you have a car. So the D shows that this is about you. You have that car. I hope you found this video useful. You can follow me on YouTube, also on Facebook, Speak Hungarian with Angie. You will always find there my newest videos. If you learn Hungarian, don't forget to book online lessons with me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.